Lisa Schmid with the Stamper Studio. Welcome to Saturday in the Studio. I am so excited to share with you today something that has been sitting on my shelf for about 2 weeks and has just been intimidating. And I'm like, don't know why I was intimidated by it, because it's not difficult. So there's a lot of pieces to the Pansy suite, and I want to show it to you right now. But before I get started, I want to tell you that I'm switching schools. I'm going to a different elementary school within the district, and yesterday my teammates threw a party for me. I've been there 10 years, and so they put up 10 things about Lisa, and I thought this was one I should share with you. It says, Lisa is the craftiest. If Lisa has known you for more than 5 minutes, chances are she's made you a card. Handmade, homemade, Lisa made. Isn't that fun? So that's from a couple years ago, this designer series paper. So I thought that was just really fun. There were 10 of these on the wall, all different things. So what I want to show you today is the Pansy patch. So there's a lot of stamps, there's a lot of dies. But once I show you the board I made, I think it's going to make sense. So, but before I show you that, we've got the large pansy and the large, I don't know what you call that, the other part of the pansy, and that. All these 3 pieces can go together, 4 pieces can go together. This one, and this one all go together. And then these 3 go together. And then the 2 leaves. And then there's 2 stems, and there's a little itty bitty center. Okay, and the font is just so fun. I love that it's mixed the script and the block. So the little things you do make such a big difference. Love you much. Thank you. Love that thank you. Happy birthday. A little hello from me to you. Wishing you a little extra happiness just because you're you. So those are that's the stamp set, and then here are the dies. And so the dies, this is a particular set I would say it's really important to get them on the magnetic, and like I've told you, I just buy vent covers. You get 3 in a pack for, I don't know, $3 or $4, and they work really well. But here again, we've got the large pansy. This one also is a large. We've got the large pansy here. We've got the small pansy. And we've got the leaves. Okay, so let me show you what I have made, and then we'll make a card with it. So this is Pansy Patch, obviously. So here is one of the stamps. We got this stamp with the lighter color, the darker color, and you can die cut those out. And when you put them together, voila, you have this beautiful little pansy. This is another one. This is just die cut, so this is not stamped at all. This is all die cut, and this I'm using the soft succulent, the fresh freesia, and gorgeous grape. So there are those put together. Isn't that pretty? Okay, the pansy. Here's our 4 little pieces. So we've got the outside, which is a lighter color. This is the top part, which is a gorgeous grape. Then I used black for the inside, and this little dot the center, I just used Daffodil Delight. But isn't that so pretty? And then I could die cut that out. Okay, here's another one. This is the bigger pansy. So the big pansy layered on top of, with the layer on top of it, with the yellow and the black. So this has one more layer in it. And you could put the center into it. I didn't even think about that little yellow center. And look how pretty that is. The whole thing is just, in my opinion, gorgeous. All right, now this one is using just the dies. I didn't stamp at all. This one is all stamps. This one is just the dies. So, and I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, you can see the detail on that paper. It's on the cardstock. It's very pretty. So we've got these 2 dies and the middle and the little dot to put together for this. Now, when you die cut this out, you are left with this little negative. So I thought, oh, we could do something with the negative. So I just took the negative and I put die cut out a circle and put a yellow circle behind it, Daffodil Delight circle behind it, and look how pretty that is. Like, that's gorgeous, and that's just quote unquote leftover or garbage. You just have to make sure when you're doing that to stamp far enough away from the edges, so if you wanted to make a circle or whatever shape you're looking for, that you could do that. There's 2 stems here, and then this last one, sorry, how can I get that? There we go. This is also die cut. So this is the same die cut here. However, this pansy is like extra large. So we've got that die cut there. Still using this one, but I'm adding these extra petals with the edges to the petals. And I'm still using the little black middle and the little dot. So that makes one that looks like this. I mean, it's so pretty. It's so pretty. So I'm going to make a card, and I'm just going to stamp. I'm not going to do any die cutting, but you can see there are so many. Oh, I didn't even touch on the leaves. Sorry about that. Sorry, leaves. Didn't mean to leave you out. Ha 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 ha. But I'm bump. So again, I'm using the soft succulent and the evening evergreen. So these two layer on top of each other to get that nice leaf, and I die cut that out. These two layer on top of each other to get that. These are stamped. These are not stamped. Okay, so you can see on these, they are just die cut. And again, we've got some texture. I don't know that you can really see it. We've got some texture here in the leaves, and then you put this leaf on top of it. But isn't that so fun? I mean, so it depends on what kind of look you're going for. I mean, the stamped look or the die cut, the whole thing is beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. And I want to look up and see different colors of pansies, because that would be like a really fun project, is to see how many different color combination of pansies that I could do. So that's coming soon, not soon, coming in the future. I'm not going to promise soon, but that's coming in the future. All right, I'm going to make a card today, and this card I'm going to use fresh freesia. And what I did is I just cut off 1.25 inches here, because I want to put a little flap on here like this. So I want it to be a little flap. And the thing I did not show you is all the Designer Series paper. Let me pause for a moment and go back to that. So this comes in 12 by 12. This by far is my favorite. I love it. But I love all of them. They're so pretty. So look at that. It's just gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous. I love the pansies. And I know I could copy these colors, so definitely I'm going to look for some more. Isn't that pretty? That lighter green is just really pretty.
The patterns on the back are also nice. The polka
They
dots and the
are,
stripes
yeah,
and the gingham.
exactly. I love the patterns on the back as well. You're right, Dave. This is in the pale papaya, and we've got the fresh freesia, and then there's one also in the soft succulent. So we've got those three, but then we've also got a nice evergreen pattern, and then we've got the pale papaya and probably calypso coral, I would guess, is what it is. Calypso. Yes, it is. All right, so those are our, love the paper. So like I said, this is my favorite paper. So what I chose to use is to take that paper, obviously, and I'm going to put it on the front here. So let's go ahead and stick that on first. Just my, that pansy paper that I like. This is a very simple fold, but I feel like it has a little bit of wow factor, because it's just not a standard card, right? But it's super simple to make. I want to show you, this is new to me. It's not new to the catalog, but it's new to me. The Ornate Floral embossing folder, 3D embossing folder. It just has such a cool, let me put the purple in here so you can see it, such a cool flower on it. I just love it. So I've seen it in many cards. I'm like, I really want that. So I was trying over here. I put a strip of paper. I'm like, nah. But then when I embossed it, I was like, yes, that gives it a little bit of texture there, but not so much that it's distracting from this. All right, here's where we're going to stamp. Of course, I'm guessing you know that this came out of Color and Contour. These are my absolute favorite dies. I just don't, like, what did we do before these came out? They're so amazing. And so I'm using this polished pink one. That's what I'm using here in basic white. And then I literally laid it on and just trimmed a gorgeous grape a little bit behind it. I guess I can tell you the size, but I didn't measure the size. It's not an exact, it's like a 16th. So for me, I think this is the easiest way to measure it. Okay, so let's go ahead and stamp on this one. And I'm going to use those same colors I just showed you. The only color I'm missing, Dave, is yellow. Daffodil Delight. All right, so let's go ahead and I'm thinking we're going to stamp a big one. The big, the large pansy. So, thank you, sir. And so we'll go ahead and stamp. I'm going to stamp it in this fresh freesia right here. It's just so pretty. All right. And of course, if I make a mistake, I can flip it over. I can also die cut out a pansy, but I just want to stamp it directly on. And because I'm using photopolymer, it's a really good idea to use the Stampin' pad. Piercing pad. I'm not sure, is this in the new catalog?
It
I know
is.
it is. Good. Before you had to just get it online, but I'm glad it's in there. All right, and then we'll do Gorgeous Grape. You definitely want a light color and a dark color. And this one it's really quite stunning when you stamp it on top of it. Are you ready? Check this out. We just layer it on top. I like to stamp this one first, the lighter, the background, so then I can just sort of line this up. But it's a flower. It doesn't have to be perfect. Ooh, it's so pretty, so pretty. And then, close that up. We are going to stamp the Daffodil Delight in the middle. So open up that, and we're going to grab this one, the biggest of them, this one right here. And I suppose, yeah, that's the one that fits there. And then we'll do a black one inside that, so I'll pull that out also. All right, so we're going to do a Daffodil Delight of this little, it's not called a stamen. I don't know what the middle part is called on this. Like that. So pretty. And then I'm going to do just basic Memento Black in the middle. Now I'm like, oh, I really want to go look at some pansies and see. We might see some at the Arboretum tomorrow. Make sure I've got it the right direction. There we go. And then the last piece is that little itty bitty center, which you could honestly just take a marker. I'll just go ahead and put a little daffodil in the middle. Right there. There is a shape. I think it's pointing down, maybe. I don't know. I don't know that it really matters, but it kind of finishes it off. All right. So there is our flower. Isn't that pretty? And I could pop it up in any way, or I could put a gem in the middle. I certainly could do that. Let's go ahead and use, which words do we want to use? Maybe happy birthday. You can never be in short supply of happy birthday. Maybe happy birthday. Okay. Sometimes I think one thing and then I'm like, oh, maybe, no. So let's just go with the happy birthday. I like the size of it, that it's going to fit on here as well. Now I'm going to go back to my card, and do we want to do it in Fresh Freesia or do we want to do it in the Gorgeous Grape? I'm thinking the grape because it's darker. I tend to like the words to be dark, but maybe the Freesia. I don't know, what do you think, Dave? Grape or Freesia for the words?
Grape.
Yeah, I agree to that. So we'll do a grape. But that flower was not hard to stamp. Hello, once I knew what I was doing. Once I played with it, it was not difficult. I'm going to stamp it here because I want to put a ribbon on the bottom. So we'll just stamp that happy birthday. And if I made a mistake here, if I didn't like it, I could always stamp on another piece of paper, cut it out, and then just pop it up. So there's always ways to fix our mistakes. All right, let's go ahead and attach this to here.
They're not mistakes, they're just unexpected events.
They're actually places, when you make, not a mistake, they're a place to add more accessories. There we go. Can you just grab me some gems? I feel like it's calling out for a gem. And so before I put this on here, I want to put so pretty. So pretty. This is why I like to stamp, because I'm like, it's so pretty. Before we put it on, we're going to add some ribbon. So we'll just decide, do we want this ribbon, or do we want to use, this is the Gorgeous Grape, or do we want to use the Fresh Freesia? What do you think? Oh, Dave, what do you think, Dave? I think maybe the Fresh Freesia. We've got a lot of grape going on.
For sure.
So let's go ahead and do the Fresh Freesia. All right. So there's two ways I can do this. I'll move this all out of the way. There's two ways I can do this. I absolutely love this open weave ribbon in the new In Colors. So one way is I can actually go around like this and tie it. Of course, I could do a knot or a bow. I could do that if I am confident that I can hold that tight. Now, if I'm not confident and I think, oh, I don't think I can hold that tight, then what I could do is tape it on the back, tape it like this, and then just tie a knot around the middle, and it appears as if it's that way. So, but I think I'm pretty good on this one because it's a smaller piece, and also because the ribbon bends very easily. I'm going to go ahead and just tie it, and then of course if it's loose, and I'm going to go right in the middle. If it's loose, I can always tape it behind. Oh, I cut my ribbon just a tad short. All right, I can do it. I accept the challenge. There we go. I accept the challenge. There we go. Okay, and I'll just trim these.
Morning, Diane.
Hi, Diane. Yeah, thank you. I'm excited. All right, let's go ahead and stick this on the card, and then we'll decide what gem we want to put in the middle. Look how pretty. Oh, I love it, love it. I love color. Now remember, when you stick it on here, you only want adhesive on this side. So I'm going to put it here on the far left of my image, and I'm going to put a little bit here in the middle on the right side of my opening. All right, and I kind of want it centered. It's so pretty. It's so pretty. Isn't that nice? Oh my goodness. And we could put a little white piece inside, or we could just leave it like that. So pretty. Now, we just need to decide, what do we want to put in the middle? Do we want a fresh freesia pearl? That's pretty. Or do we want a sparkling rhinestone?
I like the pearls because they're adhesive.
Okay. They're both adhesive.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Okay, Dave likes the pearl, so we'll go with that. That is kind of like that fresh freesia color. So I guess I didn't need to stamp it in the middle. And then if we did still wanted to add some, we could add some gems. But I think we're good. I think that's enough on this one. I wonder if the purple would have looked better. I don't feel like that is showing up enough. I'm going to grab the darker pearl. Ooh. Pardon?
Reading Diane's question.
Oh. It's like Dave's whispering. I'm like, what are you saying? Then grab that pearl. There we go. Yeah, I kind of like the darker one a little bit better. And when I switched pearls, I don't know if you saw, that's the glue dot, but I save that and I can just grab another glue dot and stick it back on my paper, or my little card there. What was Diane's question? Emboss the edge without using, yes, I did not use a separate piece. Do you see that? I'll show you how. So I have my embossing folder right here. So what I did, all you need to do is you just emboss, you just stick it like this, and this is the same width as the stamp and cut and emboss, so you just emboss it like that. So I didn't emboss the whole thing, I just embossed that edge. Does that make sense, Diane? I did not use a separate piece because I didn't want to add another layer. So yeah, I just did it like that. So I think that worked pretty well. You just go up as far as you want it to be and stop. Did that answer your question? I hope so. The other thing, obviously, when you open it, I think it'd be fun to stamp a little flower on the inside. You could do that. So many fun things. I was thinking like this flower right here, just stamping that would be really cute on the inside. I didn't put white on the inside, so I'm not going to do that right now, but I probably will do it before I give it to anybody. Isn't that so pretty? I just think it's gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. So, like I said, the pansy patch, there are so many possibilities. So many possibilities. I mean, it's going to be endless once we get going with the different colors, and just absolutely amazing. And Diane, this board took me a long time. But definitely worth it. It just took some time. But some of that I didn't know what I was doing. So I copied somebody to see how to use the pieces. And you can do the same, because I'll post this in the comments. The other thing I want to let you know is I think there was a misunderstanding of how the points work, and I misunderstood, and Dave corrected me. So it's not that you have to order $50 each time. That's not how you get the points. The points are cumulative. So if your points are, let's say you order 25 this month, or this order, and I have one customer who orders a small amount, maybe $16, all of that goes together, and when your purchases come to $50, then you get a point. So it's not like Celebration where you have to have $50 to get a point. I hope that makes sense. That explain okay, Dave?
Multiple orders combined.
Multiple orders combined can make the $50. Of course, he has fewer words to say to make it work just fine. Thanks, Dave. All right, so that's what I wanted to show you. Don't forget today, right after this, if you want to see at 10 o'clock. Excuse me, at 10 o'clock. Yep. If you want to see what's going on with Paper Pumpkin, this month is baseball. I love that there's gum in there. If you want to see what's going on with Paper Pumpkin, sign on. If you have a Paper Pumpkin, join me. We're going to put these together. Or if you want Paper Pumpkin, the next month for Paper Pumpkin is so pretty. It's a gorgeous watercolory look like this. Can you see down here still? Yep. Is that in there? Okay. So it's this gorgeous Dream and Discover in color. So this is next month's kit. You have to order through June. You have to order by June 10th. But isn't that so pretty? And it looks like, what are we going to make? Two Stampin' Spots. That's new. 9 cards, envelopes. I mean, you really get a stamp set, and then everything. You get everything you need to make something, which is kind of fun. I don't know what it is, but when we get it, it's fun. I am excited to see you.
Subscribe to Paper Pumpkin at pumpkin.thestamperstudio.com by the 10th of the month. So you have about 10 days before the deadline for that last one.
Thank you. Last thing I want to show you is I just did have a couple other pansy cards that, I totally forgot one thing I want to show you with the pansies. I'm sure there's many more, but here's one that I want to show you. Using the Designer Series paper, this reminded me, you can just die cut out. You can literally die cut out the images that Stampin' Up! Has. So let me just show you that, and then you will be on your way. We just looked for the one with the large pansies. Here it is. And look, it fits perfectly on these different colors. The smaller one also fits perfectly on the pansies. So, yeah. This is kind of a new thing. I feel like last year Stampin' Up! Started doing this, and it's just really fun to be able to sometimes make a card, and honestly, you didn't stamp anything, and it's perfect. So, there's one card. Here's another one, simple with just the paper, which is stunning. Here is another one with the paper. That's kind of fun. Little fun fold there, just folding that back. And I love these little flowers. We could put one of those in the center. That probably would have been too much. Oh, I know what I had brought over is a bee. I have a bee to add. And this one is fun, isn't it? With a little, what do we call this? A book fold, I think we decided. Yep. So that is what I have to share with you. And we will add a bee to my card right here. Let's go ahead and add a little bee because I have one. I brought him over here. And of course, we want to add a bee. Bees are so fun. And then, let's see, anything else, Dave? Yes, the garage sale is coming up June 10th and 11th. If you want me to sell your things, all you need to do is price them with your name and whatever price you want. Drop them off at my house. It is live, it's not virtual. And I will sell it for you, and then you get a Stampin' Up! Credit. I figure that there's always things we don't want anymore or need. So, there we go. There, with the bee. I don't know if the bee added much. Dave's saying no, but I'm going to push it. Maybe
with the happy birthday.
Maybe like down here. Yeah, so you can see it.
No, above the day.
Above the day. We're redoing this here. All right, put my little glue dot there. Yes, above the day I think would look pretty. There. Facing this way. Up. He's flying. Up, up, up. That's better. Yes. Thank you to my associate. Design team. Yes, I like that better. Up here I couldn't quite see it, so. Yep. Anyway, friends, I'm rambling on, and I don't need to, so have a great Saturday. I look forward to seeing you on Monday, or come to the Paper Pumpkin at 10, or I will see you Monday for New in the Studio. All right, friends, have a great day. Remember, happy stamping, and if you want to get that $155 worth of stamps for $99, let me know. It ends at the end of the month, so don't miss out. All right, happy stamping.